How you guys doing? Yes, today is going to be another banger because we're going to go over all of the different stores in Age of Empires Mobile. And that does include, obviously, all the basic stores that you can see here on screen, but it also includes the VIP store, including the good old Mightiest Empire and Golden Expedition stores that we've got on screen, and even the recycling store, Gleaming store there. So we have everything to showcase, and we're going to be talking about what I believe are the best things to be purchasing in each of these stores. And if you guys want to see a more up-to-date kind of like spending guide, I can give you one of those too, but I will tell you right now, I have honestly kind of slowed down on the spending. However, there is some good stuff obviously for the main spenders out there who want to, so we could obviously cover that in a different video. Just let me know down below. But why are we talking about this? Why are we talking about the stores? And I honestly was thinking about it the other day, and I was just thinking, well, since the launch of Age of Empires Mobile, let's be real, a lot's changed. Just a lot has changed. When you go into the game now, right, we have what they first introduced, the mercenary camps, which is going to take obviously extra research speed ups in order to complete. Now you've got obviously the castles, which is going to use your technique points that you're going to need to earn, which is going to help you improve. And then finally unlock the new research institute, which is again a third protectory that pops up only when you unlock it. And then on top of this, you've got your buildings, your renovations, and then you've got your heroes, which requires obviously 3 heroes in a formation. But in order to get one really cooking, you're going to need to 5-star that hero, make sure the max level, get them the signet ring that they're going to want, then rock a good set of gear on there with the gems. You're going to need a mount, as you can see here, including even just some sort of adornment on there. And when you compare it to ones like this, which needs more love and tender care, it adds up. It's a lot of power, it's a lot of updates, it's a lot of changes since the beginning of the game, where a lot of people just have to worry about the talents, the levels, the stars, and honestly the skill levels on their heroes. So why not go over everything? Let's talk about the stores. Let's talk about what I think is the best way to be spending all of the different currencies in-game as a free-to-play, a low spender, medium spender. And if you're a Kraken or a big boy, obviously you don't need to worry about it because most of you guys are already buying the stores maxed out anyway. So smash like, comment, and subscribe. If you want to support the channel a little bit further, check out my Eneba link down in the description down below. Obviously, any purchases through Eneba supports the channel directly, so thank you very much, all the guys that do so. So when we get into the big stuff now, let's talk about the very first area, VIP, because before we dip in the VIP store, I want to give a big tip and trick to a lot of the potential free-to-players and low spenders in here, because anyone will tell you VIP 12 is just insane. It is the most best quality of life thing you can do for your account, and it is so hard to grind there. I understand, right? Because you're gonna need in total 1.8 million Empire coins spent into here, or if you're spending, obviously accumulate VIP points plus spending in there with Empire coins. The best way, a lot of people have been doing this, and it's very passive and it's really easy too, is actually taking advantage of your milestone rankings. So as you guys know, every single week and season, your Empire goes through these rankings, and you should have an alliance rank, right? And when you get these points for holding X amount of flags and territory on the map, you get these extra coins. This is 4,000 here, and if you think about over a week, that's over 16,000 there, right? Because you're getting 4, 8, double it, that's 16. Then we got another 20k here. That's 36,000 Empire coins, which you could dedicate every time you see it pop up to this VIP. And the thing is, it's not going to sound like much at first, but every time you keep doing this over time, you will see the VIP store climb. And it's a really good passive way of kind of dedicating some resources to it if your goal is to get to VIP 12 to unlock the best part of the store, which many people agree. And if you're a dev watching this, I would recommend, if you could update the VIP store, maybe offer 5 of these at maybe VIP 6, just to allow people again to have these, which is universal medals. VIP 12 unlocks the ability to have these, and as you can see, VIP 13 is the same but now for your scrolls, and these are really cheap, 500 per. So if you are VIP 13, these are actually pretty cheap if you want to get some skills maxed out. But the thing that everyone will tell you is 1,000 Empire coins for 1 medal is so good. Spending 20k here every single week is a no-brainer for every single person that's able to do it, because you got to think, even though that could have been, what, 20, 25 spins on a legendary advent spin, you're not guaranteed to get 20 hero medals on that wheel, especially if you're not going through the pity chest and you're in like the 20 to 60 zone, or the 60 to 120, or the 120 to 200, right? If you're in that zone, you're never going to get that value. But if you just buy 20 universal medals, you can use these anywhere in the game. So this is just super powerful. Number one thing everyone should be trying to kind of strive for. Now, for the majority of free-to-play players and everyone else, you should all have access to Planishing Hammers. If you don't, start spending your Empire coins as an F2P and get here, because I believe it's only VIP 6 that you need in order to unlock Planishing Hammers, and this is super cheap again. It's 500 each hammer, and you're going to need to spend 10k in order to get all of these, because as you will see, every single week, spending 10k in there enables you basically to do the lucky draw. I have got 0 out of 30, but because I have bought 20 this week, and I had 10 last week remaining, I'm able to go again and keep getting this 30 bomb. And as for me, it's really good, because you're going to need to do this to work on your signet rings, as many people know. It's going to passively let you upgrade your blues, so you don't have to worry about that. But what's really good as well is obviously getting the epics and the legendary golds, but you're getting so much of this. You just saw how little I was on, and now I'm already back up to 771. So it's just under 1,000, and if you're super lucky, you might hit that 800, 900 threshold too, if you are lucky on that. I'm just saying. But this adds up every single week you keep doing it, and it adds up, and it allows you, as you guys know, to go into this jeweler area and start buying either the epic dust, since you might be working on an epic ring first, or, as I am doing right now, being able to just go boom and buy 30 of these fine golds for my new ring that I'm working on, or the ring I'm currently working on my account. So you can see why Planishing Hammers in this VIP store is super important. This is how people are getting their signet rings leveled up as a free-to-play or low spender. And if you just follow this one rule, it will get you super far. Now, there's only 2 other items I honestly really like in this area, and then there's some honorable mentions, right? So the first thing I really do like, and you can kind of see I've already bought it, is these gem chests. It's only 960 Empire coins in order to get these 12 every week. And the thing is, it adds up. Just think, after 10 weeks of doing this, you've already done 120 of these chests, which is the same amount of chests that you can buy through the Golden Expedition store when you max earn your rewards and empty the one there, right? So it's really good that you can do this over time, even as an F2P. And this is a really good comparison, because you can get 12 of these, and then you got to think, this is over time going to convert into 4 of the next gems up, and then because you've got 4 of those, you need 3 for the next one. So no matter what, all the time, this always works up to these rare ones. And you got to think, for 960, you're generating these rare gems, which are costing you 1,080 to purchase here. And the thing is, if you're a medium spender, in Age of Empires Mobile, these chests and the green chest are actually not too bad either because of, again, getting that upgrade up to the next stage. Some people in the comments might also like the purple ones. I can see it, but I personally don't like it. I just think it's a bit too much. 11.2k just to spend on 3 of those. I kind of consider that 11 weeks worth of these random kind of, you know, common ones. And with Golden Expedition, which you play too, you can really open up a lot and work on your gems. So the only other honorable mentions I really want to talk about in the VIP store before we move is the Adornment. And this is the only thing you should be doing if you're a medium spender or a low spender, because you haven't got your Adornment. If you don't have that Starlink, if you don't have your resistances that you need, or the Boiling Blood, or whatever match you are playing, if you are playing Pikeman and you need Secondary Strike, this is good for the medium spenders just to get that Adornment. Because what people keep forgetting, very similarly to your Signet Ring, once you get your Adornment rolled and you actually have the right skill on there, you don't need to keep going. So once it's done, it's done. All you have to do now is actually participate in the Desolate Deserts and start leveling that up through, obviously, Radiant Sea as well, getting that raw iron and the fine iron to push it up into the next route. So this is an honorable mention I want to put on there. And the same with, as another one many people agree with, Oblivion Scrolls. And the thing is, you can choose how many you want of these. I personally keep 10. Why do I keep 10? It's quite easy. You need to use 2 of these on a hero, right? Even though you got 3 skills, the reason using an Oblivion Scroll is to get all of the legendary scroll investments that you've got onto that hero. So maybe I might replace Ramses. I don't know how, but maybe I'm gonna replace Ramses in the future. So I'm going to need 2 Oblivion Scrolls on him to get back those 5-star skills and put it on the brand new commander. So with 10, you can see that's 5 heroes that you can cover. That means you can either do a complete whole march and rework your marches, so you've got all of the scrolls as powerfully into those marches as you can, or you have 10 and it allows you to do some hero testing, right? You can run your main hero, get the benchmark, reset with 2 skills, then you can put on the new ones on another hero, repeat it again, keep going, right? But apart from that, I don't really see a reason of getting more than 10. And again, you don't really need these Oblivion Scrolls if you're investing in your account correctly. They're only going to be needed when brand new heroes come out. And because of that, you don't really need to stock up on them. So once you hit a certain threshold, it could be 10, it could be 12, it could be 15. You pick the number, whatever you want to pick. Get that number and just keep it there and don't worry about it. And apart from that, I honestly don't buy and I don't touch really anything else in the VIP store apart from maybe the unit capacity buffs, because this is the only real way to get unit capacity buffs as a kind of player with your Empire coins, which is a bit of a bummer, right? So moving out of the VIP store, gone through that now, let's go into the different event stores before we move into the main store area. Because we've got the Mightiest Empire that's rolling right now. This is the exchange store, and as people should know, with the new Mightiest Empire, we do have the good old new currency. So this is where things are going to obviously change depending on your accounts, but what I am going to recommend straight away, if you've not guessed it, I'm always going to be buying these medals, always going to be buying these extra 10 gems, just because how quickly you can keep grinding these common ones up. If you win, 100% you're buying the 5 250s, but now depending on how much you have remaining is going to change stuff, because I honestly do think buying it from here is the way to go. Just being able to buy these is the way to go, right? If you can only buy one of these, tough decision, but I would lean more into the golden keys. And the only reason I would lean more into the golden keys is you can keep leveling up your buildings up to 40, and even if you keep passively earning these, Torch of Enlightenments, most players are going to be working on their facilities and the castle tech tree before they even try and touch T8 and T9, because they're going to be wanting to have their heroes at the maximum levels with the attributes as well, like everyone basically else has at the top pay to win level. So this is where you can probably get this, and then over time you might switch and go over there. But again, this bit here is personal preference. If you're able to buy both of them, buy both of them, right? It's as easy as that. So nothing else really I'm going to talk about in here. Maybe the purple gems, but again, I think if you just buy these commons with the commons in the VIP store, and more importantly, the commons in the Golden Expedition, you'll be fine. Because the thing is, you can get 150 in here, and as you can see, that's a lot of actual gems that you're injecting into your account. That's going to condense down into the greens, condense down into the blues, and then goes into the epics. On a weekly basis, this starts adding up, like I said, with the Golden Expedition, VIP, and the Mightiest Empire. So that's kind of the way I do it. Straight away, obviously, buy the universal medals for most players. And then apart from that, it is going to be down to where your account is on the progression. For majority of players, I would honestly recommend, as you can see, these speed ups afterwards, right? Once you've got your gems here, some people might say go for these, and I did buy these ones, but I kind of regret it. It's 400 of that currency, and I'll be honest, I would have actually just rather bought research speed ups or building speed ups, because this is going to allow me to push my mercenary tech and my castle tech and tech afterwards for T8 and T9, while obviously this is doing renovations and then buildings from level 30 all the way up to level 40. So this is actually a really important power grind that you can do over time, and actually just let the commons grind actually work out and just let it do its thing, and then you'll get built up. This is a never buy this. This was a desperate moment by myself, but I would never buy this again for you guys. I'm testing this out for value. It just did not feel good at all. Apart from that, when you got your silver, as many people will say, you should be always able to max buy the resources. I would always max buy the resources because of the amount of resources you're going to be needing, guys, in all of the developments for the Citadel. Afterwards, you're going to be buying whatever you want from here. Work, obviously, left to right, focusing on what you think is most important. If it's your healing speed-ups, buy your healing speed-ups, then move across right into now your training, do the same. And you'll notice we have enough anyway, right? You normally always get enough to max buy the silver stuff. It's only the gold stuff that really matters for your account. If you're wondering why we're ignoring the Forging Essence or any of this stuff up here, to be honest, you can try and earn like these magma crystals in events, especially alliance-based events, which is much better to do. And then Forging Essence you can earn in Island Tactics, which we're going to be talking about a little bit later on. So there's no point wasting 1,000 here when you could be using that 1,000 on literally 2 medals, which is much better value for your account. Now, moving down, because we'll move all the way down, we've got the Gleaming Store and a Recycling Store. Gleaming Store is super simple. Buy everything. Literally just buy everything that you can. When you get some more, make sure it's obviously earned up, and this is obviously through doing stuff like the Gold Rush, which is to do with like armaments or training or killing tribes or gathering resources. There's a bunch of different ones. You guys know the gist. Do your daily stuff. You will be able to earn it for this store. You'll be able to buy every single thing, and even buy the King Derek medals after you 5-star the hero. Just keep doing them and keep buying everything in here. The only stuff that you might ignore, epic medals and maybe the epic skill scrolls. However, I will say the epic skill scrolls are actually not bad to buy. Why? You can make sure every gathering match that you run has maximum purple gathering skills, so they are technically gathering and operating at max level. So this is actually not too bad to recommend for even the free-to-players and low spenders, and even the big boys wondering why not just do it this way and just, not waste things. But apart from that, buy everything else that you can see in that store. Recycling Store now. This is interesting because a lot of different paths I've seen people talk about for in particular players, which will go down, right? But the number one rule I will always say is when you go to obtain these, obviously you're going to be using the Darius that you've 5-starred through the exploration. Keep doing those because that means you keep adding this to the total. King Derek through the recycling store. That's obviously going to add into here as well. And then depending on if you maxed out Joan of Arc or Josephine by using every single reward chest through the Battlefield Survivor in the early game, then the Tavern Pools, you should have obviously at least maybe 2 free heroes here that you can select, right? And the thing is, you're always going to keep exchanging in here and basically saving up for one or two things. You're going to be saving up for the legendary skill medals, so you can unlock skills for free on your account, basically, instead of wasting Empire coins on this. Or, as you guys state, the legendary skill scrolls. Same thing. You're going to be spending 2k, get a skill scroll. Happy as days. This adds up, especially when you do it with the different alliance rewards and events in game. That just adds to your main power for your formation. The only interesting thing I have been doing, as you can see, is actually buying the XP. I know people might not think it, but look, going to level 160, as people have been saying, and even level 140, right, takes a lot of XP. Even now, some of my marches, like my Ramses, doesn't have overflow XP from killing tribes. So I already need to use tomes to keep leveling up my main guy. And it's not too shabby to do that, because everyone will tell you, when you have like a level 140 hero against like a 120, it's night and day. It's literally night and day. And then with the tavern increase, you might have a level 140, basically like a 145 hero going in. Like, it kind of gets a little bit out of hand, right? So this is where the XP might matter. But the actual interesting thing that people were talking about and is these martial marks. So this is basically the currency that you can use in game to actually get heroes through the hero rally. So I know it's a weird one that many people don't use because it is really bad value in theory, but it does let you get some heroes in here. And the only thing I would recommend is, if you are ever going to do this, there's only like one hero that's worth doing it for, and that's Theodora. If your plans on working on a Sun Tzu march or like a Ramses march, right? Even a Suleiman march of some sort, you're going to want a Theodora in there for quite a while until you get like a, you know, Zhu Liang and Charles combo, for example. She's really good, and you can actually just use those hero marks through the recycling store to get her completed. Apart from that, I wouldn't work on anyone else. I wouldn't waste any of my things, even on Guan Yu, just because you're going to be able to replace him pretty quickly with a 1-star hero in Season 4, so it's just not worth working on this hero at all, compared to Theodora, which even to this day, many people use, honestly, at 5 stars in variety of comps. She's just a really good hero. So that's the only thing that might sway you in doing it. But if you're not going to do Theodora, you don't have to worry about that in the recycling store. Just buy your skills and just buy your legendary skill scrolls. It's as easy as that. Now, this is where the big ones come in now. These stores. So we've got a bunch of different stores in here, and as many people will tell you, you need to keep an eye on them because you can get quite a lot of good stuff in the merit store. Even when you hit the freebies, sometimes you can get, you know, some free resources in here, but you can also get the Castle Adorn, which is for the adornment, so you can get the fine gold as well, and the fine iron, shall I say, for those as well. You can get quite a lot of good stuff in here, so don't be hasty to keep buying everything straight away. You can get some actual good stuff if you persevere with your merits now. Also including the new store. Obviously, you're going to need to kill people more and more and to earn these levels. However, when you are buying through the store, I will still say research speedups are really freaking good for everyone's account, especially right now because you need it for your T8 tech, your T9 tech, the castle tech, the mercenary tech. It's just, you need it, right? You just need these. It's going to help you massively. Apart from that, as many people will always agree, these, right? This is the only other really good way for just people to earn them. And especially at, like, I know it's 15,000 merits, but look, if you can get these level 1, 2, 3, and 4s unlocked, this is where, again, just like before in the Mightiest Empire, I would be trying to buy with my merits as many of these as I can. Because, again, if you can buy building stuff, you can push towards level 40 buildings, which are going to be quite powerful because of all the upgrades you're going to be getting passively from all the buildings anyway. And then you can switch over to like the these ones and start pushing towards the T8 tech and vice versa. But if you can buy them all, then you don't have to worry about it, right? It's going to be a lot of merits, everyone will tell you. It's a lot of freaking merits, I know. I know the comment section is going to be saying it. But this is still the best things we're going to be wanting to buy in here, barring everything else that's available in the store. It's going to be either the speed ups, and it's the research speed ups for me, and then all of the coins. The new currency is huge in here, right? Item store. So this is this one store where you only can buy one thing and one thing only, and anyone who's anyone knows it, and it is the daily 500 rename score. If you're not buying this, don't worry about it. Ignore this entire area, because the thing is, you don't need to spend anywhere in here anymore. Originally, free-to-play players might have spent 800 on these fragments, but as people know now, there is the tribe event that comes around with the towers, and you just blow up the towers with the guys around it, and you can earn legendary skill medal fragments from that event alone. So you honestly don't need to spend anything in here. I'm saying that out loud. Do not buy anything in here. And the reason why you don't buy anything in here, right, is simply because this is at 100% of cost. Meaning, if you look at any of the prices of the speed ups, if you look at any of the prices for these goddamn resources, right, like the 1,000, right, these are what the VIP store works on. So if you were going to buy resources from that store, buy it from the VIP store instead first, because it's literally the exact same thing, but with the discount on. So you're opting not buying on the discount and wasting it. Do you get what I'm saying? So this is why we say, even in the VIP store, we don't buy this, because to be honest, you can farm quite easily in this game, right? Let's be real. But on top of that, in that store, everything's maxed priced. It's not good value. It just hurts your soul to see it. And the only thing you ever would get is a rename scroll, and you can get these over time, just in case, you know, maybe people are trying to hunt you down and you can just swap your name and swap back. It's fair play, right? But that is it. That is the only thing in there, right? Military exercise. Now, this is going to be interesting because we have been told in the dev column military exercise is getting an update with more introduction of levels, I believe. I don't know when it's coming, but it is on its way. So at the moment, what I do is pretty simple, as many people do. I always buy my legendary scrolls first. This is the free-to-play way of getting them, and honestly, it's a really good way of doing it. Getting these 10 instantly bought helps you massively on your account. After you've bought this 10, you will always have overflow, and you will have enough overflow for a couple of things. There's 2 different things I would recommend buying in the military exercise only for now, because when the new levels come, it's going to change a little bit, right? So right now, research speed ups. This is obviously a 20% reduction in cost, so it's actually better value than any of the other speed ups in there, included on every level of them. So if you're going to do anything, you want to buy the research speed ups here because it's 20% reduction, and it helps you towards the castle tech and your mercenary tech and your normal tech, right? So you need this for your account. The only other thing that I buy, and I do buy these occasionally, and I've been stacking them up, are the buffs. This is actually one of the only really good ways for free to be earning these buffs on your account. And you will be able to actually buy one of each of these buffs, or if you want to buy 2 of each, you can, right? And that's including all 10 of your scrolls. So it's not too shabby at the moment, but when there's more levels available, you're going to be buying all of the scrolls. You're going to be most likely buying both of these buffs, and then afterwards, depending on your account, you're going to be buying all of the research speed ups that you can, and if there is any leftovers, we're going to be talking about healing speed ups, because healing speed ups for most players are quite scarce, and this would be a really good way for you to get your healing speed ups, right? Moving on, Arena. You can kind of see what the rule of Arena is. Simple. Buy your medals. It's 5 medals every single week. And you got to imagine now, with your VIP, like I talked about earlier, if you push to VIP 12, that's 25 medals a week. It's a lot of medals that you can obtain over a month. 100 medals, like, it's nothing too shabby. And that's not including any of the other events in the game that you can be earning these into. Apart from that, the only things that I like to do is either buy the fine gold or buy the silver sand. I do not really buy the purple stuff here, the blue stuff. I honestly earn the blue stuff through the lucky craft. If you're in a pickle and you want to max out your Ring of Daisy, for example, very, very fast, I don't think anyone will be mad if you did this, because a level 30 Ring of the Daisy on a Lubu is 10 times worth it every single time. But once that's done, you don't need to. And most of the time, you are either going to be working on an epic ring of your choice or a legendary ring of your choice. And I'm working on legendary rings at the moment, so I'm always going to be buying these. And then around Saturday and Sunday, when you start to compete again for your daily 5 Apex Arena shots, don't spend anything, just save them. And then when it comes to Monday, Tuesday, you're about to do the same thing again. Buy all 5 and then start choosing one of these. And just keep repeating that. If you keep repeating it, you will get enough resources again on your account. Now, Alliance Treasury. This is a really good freaking area that has had some TLC, let's be honest, but it needs a little bit more TLC if there's a dev watching here. There is 8 hours buffs in here for your shield, and as many people tell you, no matter what, you need these now, especially in Mightiest Empire, Desolate Desert, then Golden Expedition. If you are not shielded while you are offline, 9 times out of 10, if you're low enough power, you are getting swarmed. So you're going to be waking up to probably 2 million, 3 million, whatever million troops you had in the bin, and you're going to need to heal up over obviously 65 or 70, 65% of those troops back through the recovery stage. You could have avoided it by just using these 8-hour shields here. And this also includes these lands. I actually buy the land locators, as you can see. The reason I buy these is because when there's events like the treasure hunt event, which is a really good event to get some magma crystals and stuff like for your account that you need, I could just be teleporting on this Alliance territory and not worry about it. And I get free teleports anyway through the rewards of this game, the purple ones. So you can use them as well off territory, and you can just get around really quickly. Apart from that, most of the time, when it comes to my actual coins, I am buying the research speed-ups. Honestly, I'm buying the research speed-ups all the time, because again, these are huge on your account because of the big power creep there's been with the castle tech and obviously the T8 tech now and the mercenary tech. So even if you are locked out and you can't proceed with, say, a T8 tech because you don't have enough torches of enlightenment, you could be speeding through mercenary tech, right? And getting that mercenary tech 5 out of 5, moving towards stage 2 now and working on that bad man, right? So this is what I'm talking about. You can definitely be doing stuff and managing your time, and research is one of the ones which is really, really good. Apart from that, depending on your account, guys, everyone's going to be a little bit different here. If you get obviously more currency throughout the week, obviously you buy all of your research ones. You might want to buy some of the resources, but I don't. I particularly stay on the research and building speed up train. That's what I buy here. I don't even waste my 10,000 on here because, in my opinion, you can earn these mountain whistles quite easily in the game through doing stuff like the Radiant Sea, which is down. It's not showing you here, but you can earn them in the Radiant Sea, as many people know, right? So that's kind of what I do. Just earn them passively. Don't worry about it. You'll get them on your account. Island Tactics, we mentioned this earlier, and this is the one place where you can get your Forging Essence, and I would buy them every single time you're in here. Obviously, it does depend on how far you are in your levels of progression, but what I particularly do is go down this weird kind of train, right? You've got all these different rewards. What do I buy? So obviously I buy the Forging Essence first, then I actually buy my crystals next, because I'm going to need these crystals for your gear, so those are bought. Once that's bought, I decide one of two things. Am I in a, forging mode right now, or am I in just like a chill mode? If I'm in a forging mode, I'm honestly going to be grabbing all of these purple blueprints first. If I'm in a chill mode, I'm actually buying stuff like these XP tomes. I know it sounds crazy, but I'm always buying these XP tomes first. And the reason why we're doing this is you need to balance the amount of, obviously, forging that you do, because each time you're doing forging, especially in legendary blueprints, it's 3,000 essence. And when you come down here, you can buy your essence from down here, right? So you got to finish as 1,000 here. So that's a third of the way there, right? With this 3, 7, 8, 9.5, right? We can get 3 pieces of legendary gear done. And that's what you got to think about without doing any passive farming for your meteorite. So because of that, what you're going to do, again, is if you're in forging mode, well, guess what? Buy your blueprints, buy your meteorite, because that's what you're going to do. If you're not in forging mode, you've got your gear sorted out, honestly, you're going to be buying stuff that's everything else that's, needed for it. And then you work on everything else. But as anyone will tell you, including myself, when you have all of the levels complete, so this is all, let me jump in, 1,300 levels, all completed, right? You earn enough of this stuff to buy all of these blueprints, this speed up, these speed ups, and all of the skill points and meteorite and the forging essence and this what I've already bought. The only things that you don't buy typically is the blue stuff, because you don't need them, the blue ones again because you don't need them, and the epic ones because you really don't need them. You don't need these. That is the only things you don't buy it because you don't need them. Apart from that, everything else, when you at max level Island Tactics, you're able to buy. But again, this is kind of all differential depending on your account, if you're in forging mode or if you're not in forging mode. We've already gone through Gleaming Store, so that's kind of beautifully done. We've actually nailed through all of the actual stores. And if you guys want me to go through the spending store in a separate video, let me know, because I don't mind going through all of this, because many people will know, and I will tell you guys in this video that the Heroic Expedition has had an update. As people will tell you, there is Lubu in here, including Yodi, Octavian, Boudica, Bellevue, and also Suleiman. So it's quite good that this is here, and there's obviously maybe a video on its own that we're going to be talking about in the near future, so keep an eye out for it. But that's it, all the stores covered. Hopefully I've helped you guys out going through Mightiest Empire, God Expedition, obviously the Gleaming Store, the Recycling Store, the VIP Store, and every other store that's in existence currently that I could showcase in one video. And if I have, smash a like, comment, and subscribe. If you want to support the channel a little bit further, check out the Eneba link. And until the next one, guys, stay safe, stay sneaky. Peace out.